What's up, everybody? Welcome to the life of a board gamer. I hope you are hearing me okay. If I'm maybe too silent, do tell, and I will try and make it a bit louder. But as it shows I'm like you hear me correctly. So yeah, tonight we are painting these lovely busts from the game called Rise of the Amazons. This is a game that is currently on a Kickstarter, so there is a link in the description down below, so go check the game out. It already funded, it has like few more days of the campaign, and yeah, this should have come way sooner. You should watch this video way sooner, but due to Corona and everything, it just got delayed and it was sent to me, and as soon as it was here, I wanted to paint these lovely ladies. So basically we are tonight painting 3 out of 4 miniatures that come with the game. Since this is a prototype, I only got 3 miniatures, so my OCD is firing on all fronts. So yeah, tonight we are painting the 3 girls, 3 Amazonians. This is a Hippolyta, this one over here is called Penthesilea, and I am completely butchering these names, and Antianera is this one over here. So I am going to mostly be using contrast colors because I want to paint these fast and still look good. But the thing is, if I have time, I'm going to use some extra steps, some regular colors and paints for some extra highlights. We'll just see how the time goes and how these are done. And I'm still reading the rules of the game. So basically you are using these Amazonians to fight all kinds of different things that are going on around. And there's also cooperative mode, there's solo mode, you can play against one another. Overall the artwork looks really nice in this game, and the gameplay sounds really cool. So yeah, I want to paint them more vibrant colors, so I will be aiming for more bright colors, and be aware of that. Things might get very bright. But yeah, okay, so let's start. Let's do what we do best, and that is painting. Okay, where should we start with which color? I'm really not sure. I want to see how the things go. Okay. I'm going to go and start with the black color. I think that would be the best course of action, because I have lots of metal parts that need to be painted, and I really want to do them in like non-metallic, but not really a non-metallic work, because I can't paint non-metallic metal, but still I want to try to represent it as much as I can. And Kotka is here. Well, hello Kotka, long time no heard, not even seen, my friend. How are things going over at your place? Okay, so the black, let's see what part of the miniature. I'm using these reference pictures because I want to paint them the same thing as they are. You know what? No, I'm gonna use black just for the hair. I want to use gray for metals. I think it will look better that way. Okay, so what we have here is this one, and we are going to paint her hair black since she has a black hair. You know what? I'm not going to start with the black. I'm going to start with the skin tone, because the skin tone should go first. Okay, so change of plans. Skin tones for all the girls. So we are using Gilliman Flesh for all the skin tones, and I'm not going to paint eyes. I was thinking that I will try and paint the eyes, like this will be the theme of the video, me trying to paint the eyes, since these are quite a little bit bigger than usual. The busts, I mean the miniatures, usually the eyes on the miniatures are way too small. These are a little bit bigger, but still I think that my shaky hands can't achieve that type of calmness to paint up those miniatures correctly. So yeah, these are not the best miniatures to paint with the contrast colors because they have lots of flat surfaces, but I'm still going to try it and see how it turns out. Also, these are, I think these are 3D printed. I see on some shoulder pads like 3D printed parts, but these are so detailed that I am just beyond belief how detailed these miniatures look, and yet they are the 3D print miniatures. Okay, so first thing first, we are going to paint the skin tones. Oh, and we have Harry with us. Harry is one of the guys that sent me these lovely miniatures to paint and the game to review. Unfortunately, due to all the consequences, it did not came in time. And yes, these are about 55 millimeters, as he says, not like usual to 28 millimeter miniatures that you see me paint on this channel. And yeah, let's do the skin. This would be fairly quick job. Just splodge it all over and be done with it, and move it a little bit around. I messed up a little bit on the hair here, but she has a black hair, so that should not be an issue since we are going to be painting black, and black is way darker than the Gilliman flesh, so we have no fear of messing things up. And yeah, I call this done. Yeah, this was fast. Okay, next one. Oh, nope, we did not paint the hand because she has short sleeves, if I'm not mistaken. But if these are not sleeves, we are going to repaint those, but for now I'm gonna assume that these are like her hands, so I'm just gonna paint them the skin way. So yeah, the idea is to paint these up tonight before going to bed. I want to have all these 3 of these painted, and we'll see how the things go. Oh, Zeblik is here with us. As always, when I'm painting miniatures, Zeblik is here to support. Hello, my friend. Welcome. Yes, this is still on a Kickstarter. There is a link in the description of this video. It has, as the Harry says, 69 hours to go. Yeah, the pandemic really messed up with the things, with the ideas, but how to do all these, I wish I had way more time for preparation, because I even started this video very unprepared. So if you see me at one point trying to search for the colors or something, that's just because I came really unprepared. Okay, there's a little bit too much paint going on here. Okay, so I'm guessing her hands are showing here also, so we are going to do that. We are not going to mind much because black or dark brown for this one is going all over this, so I think it will cover everything nicely. And the last one is this girl over here. We're going to try and paint their lips. I'm going to try that, but I really don't think I'm going to try to paint the eyes. If I really have like way much time left on this painting video, like if I'm done super fast and I'm happy with what I see, and I have some free time, some more time, I'm going to try and paint the eyes. But as it looks like, I'm not going to do that, because in my 10 years of painting miniatures, whenever I try to paint eyes, they look absolutely horrendous. I was really not satisfied how they looked. Sorry for the weird camera angle, but some of these places are really hard to reach with a brush. So yeah, but what was I saying? Painting eyes is just something that I gave up on. I can do blending, I can do all sorts of different things if I set my mind onto. If I really want to try it, if I really want to master it, I usually manage to do that. And painting eyes is something that is way out of my league. So yeah, if you see me not painting eyes on these miniatures, which is a shame, and because they look really nice, I am really surprised how the 3D printing has went that far, how everything now can be 3D printed and look stunningly gorgeous. But yeah, so we are done with the flesh, almost done with the flesh. I just see a little bit of mistake I made on this one, not mistake, but just a spot that I missed, so I'm gonna try and repair it seemingly without too much interfering. I think that went well. Okay, I don't know, the more I look at these miniatures, the more I want to paint the eyes. That's what's happening right now while I'm talking. I know I'm talking too much about the eyes and everything, but I was really looking at them and deliberating, should I paint the eyes, should I not? So yeah. Will I do the same colors as the cards? Yes. I don't know, I like how they look, I like the vibrant colors they have, and I really don't want to mess that up. I really want to do them the same way. I was thinking maybe doing my own thing, but the artwork for this game is just so absolutely gorgeous that I really don't want to mess that up. I really want to paint them like on the artwork. I tend to diverse from the artwork itself when I'm painting. I tend to come up with my own thing if possible, but at the end, I don't know, I just like when everything is done by the book, sort of. Even though I'm not sure the cloth on this one, from the artwork, I'm really not sure. I'm looking at the artwork on the computer. I don't have cards near me, so I'm not really sure what type of color it is. It looks like it's red or like orangey. I think it's red. I think we're going to go with the red. I'll check it out. Or Harry probably has the information what type of cloth this one has. I don't want to pronounce the name because it will be just butchering. Okay, what is next? What are we doing here? We have to paint some... Oh, I painted some things that... weird. Okay, next up I'm going to go and paint this one a green, because she has a green shirt. And I think on her that this one is not a skin, that this one should be black or something, but I'm gonna leave it skin and probably do this gold also. There's a small differentiation from the artwork itself, and we'll see how it goes. Just to check one more thing before I start, because okay, everything underneath this part here is green. Okay, just wanted to make sure I have everything. So yeah, I didn't paint in a while, things just got in the way, and I wasn't able to paint that much lately, and now that I can, I was really eager to do these miniatures because the Kickstarter is still running. These just came like 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. And the moment when I saw the miniatures, I did not expect miniatures since I got the prototype version of the game. I expected these two to be like a standees, but these just look absolutely gorgeous. And when I saw them, the idea popped in my mind. I didn't paint for some times now. I should definitely paint something. Why not these miniatures? And we are now here painting. Okay. I see I'm going to have some reparations to do. I mess up here and there, even though I'm trying to not mess up because I want to save time on repairing mistakes and just don't do it. Just don't do mistakes. But sometimes it's not possible. Okay. Now let's see. She has this like a big green flat surface of a shirt, and I need to be very, very careful around that and try to be as fast as I can be to paint this without too much over pulling. So yeah, I'm going to definitely need to touch up on a few things once I'm done with this, because you know, this rushing to not leave too much brush strokes, because the contrast colors are very tricky to paint over the big flat surfaces like this one, because you can really leave like a brush strokes marks, and that does not look good at the end. You really need to make it pull in places where you want it to pull, and make it flat in the places where you don't want it to pull. And sometimes it's almost not doable. I'm sorry if you are writing anything, I'm going to answer you. I just need to be very fast with this part over here. Yeah, it did not went very well, but I think it looks okay. It's a little bit shiny because it's still a wet color, but I think it will look good once I'm done with it. Yeah, radio silence because I'm concentrating on these miniatures. Zeblik says he needs to run away. No problem, man. Run away. I hope you are not watching from the work again, like you usually do, because you know what we talked about. This green turned out really nicely. It's a little bit choppy at a few places. It shows up a little bit too much, but still looks good. Okay, so that's with the green part done. At least I think for this miniature. Not sure if any other miniature has anything green on them. Let me quickly check it out. Yep, nope. This one has only this green thing going on. Okay. Am I excited about any games that are coming out? Well, I am actually about few, and most of them are on Kickstarter, which is weird because I kind of wait. I just need to find a color. Where is it? Where is it? I really, really need it. Just one moment, please. We will be with you shortly. Where is it? Okay, it's here. Okay, so yeah, just share the painting session to various groups on Facebook. Waiting now for the viewers. Well, thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. The games I'm currently waiting on. Well, I'm watching obviously Rise of the Amazons. They are fully funded. I also Perseverance. I really like Mind Clash games, what they do and how they do. So, oh man, again the color is stuck, so I need something to make it work. And when your paint is stuck, there is no best way to open it but the paper clip itself. In this hobby of painting, paper clips are like #1 material for anything. Unclogging paints, putting some armature in the miniature so they connect more, they be like more sturdy and stuff like that. So yeah, the games Perseverance is coming to my mind. I backed like 1 or 2 games on a Kickstarter lately, which is really weird for me because I don't back that much on a Kickstarter. In the last months, I mean half a year almost, I think I backed maybe 1 game. So yeah, that's really weird times for me. Okay, so now what I'm doing, I'm just cleaning few things up that I messed up with this green color. Nothing special, nothing like super complicated. I'm just bringing the white back, or light gray. This is basically not a white color, this is like a grayish color. And this one I'm going to also do white because I want to do it in a gold. Make it okay. So that is done. I think that these are all the mistakes that I did. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to paint miniature by miniature. I thought it would be quicker if I like open up one paint and then do all the miniatures that have all the browns and everything, but I guess that's not working. So yeah. What other games? Perseverance, Planet Unknown. I'm really looking forward for that from Adam's Apple's games. Those look really good. And yeah, I don't know what else. Expansion for Era Medieval Age. I really like that Era game. So that expansion, I'm not sure when it's coming out. I'm really not sure when anything comes out due to there is no SN and anything, so I'm completely in dark about things that are coming to Kickstarter and whatnot. So let's see what we have. Okay, so yeah, Agarosh. What's the correct pronunciation for this one? Agarosh Dunes. It is kind of yellowish color, and we are going to use it to paint all these like gold parts, but this is really not like yellow, it's more of like dark yellow, somewhere between a brown and yellow. So I'm gonna use it to paint it all the gold parts of this miniature, and we'll see how that looks. Okay, so let's see, we are going to start from up over here. I mean, I said I want to do vibrant colors, and I could do this in like super bright yellow, but then it would be like too bright of a yellow, and I would not like that. And this one makes really nice shadows right on the start, And we can always come with the regular yellow paint and just make it a little bit more brighter if we want to, and we are probably going to do that once we are done, if there is a time. Of course, I'm always talking, if there's a time we are going to do this, if there's a time, but that's what I'm looking for, because I really don't want to sit here all night, like 2, 3 in the morning, because you know, my kid doesn't care when I went to sleep. When he wakes up, he's ready to have fun, even though I'm not, because I'm half asleep. And I missed part here. This part here should be green inside here, so we're going to have to come back and do that one later. I have to remember that I missed on that one. Okay, this is done, this is done. Let's do these gold too, just because we can. Okay, and these things over here, these edges of this cloth, we're going to do that one green, not green, yellow, and this one over here, and of course this thing that I managed to mess up a little bit. Okay, so yeah, you said you are looking for your legacy. I never played those legacy games. I never played any of the pandemic legacies, just because I did not have a group to play with. So yeah, Harry is off, his kid is wake up. He also has the same issues as I have, little kids waking up, so I guess it's something in the air tonight, because the kids don't want us to go to sleep. Luckily mine is out, and I think he will be out for the rest of the night. He'll probably stay asleep. He had a really eventful day, so he didn't want to go to sleep right away. He wanted to spend some more times with us. Kids. Okay, this one also goes in a yellowish tone, and all these other things are going to be brownish. Okay, so we have this thing done. I think that we have all these things done. Who knows? I probably find some part that I missed, like this green one. Whoops, I almost spilled the color. Let's quickly go and repair that missing green part. Right over here. I must say that these 3D printed, I'm not sure what material it is. I think it's resin, because it is really light, but it proves really weird when painting. It's really weird to paint. The paint sticks in most weirdest way possible. Not sure what's going on. I guess it's due to material and my skill of putting a base coat on it, which was, I guess, not that good. Okay, so Black Templar is next, and we are going to use Black Templar to paint her hair, because her hair is black. Who would say? Okay, so this is going to be a fairly easy job. So I'm going to use a big brush and just go all over it really quickly, and be very careful once I'm near the edges to not go over the edges. I mean, if it happens, it happens. You know, most of these things, when you mess up, when you I mean, if you're not painting for like some prize contest or something, most of these little mistakes that you make, happy little mistakes, as Bob Ross used to say, are only noticeable by you. And I tested that. I deliberately did not repair on some mistakes that I did while painting on the model, and I took a picture in a way that it's very noticeable that I did some mistakes. And I was waiting for somebody to say like, oh my god, you have like a mistake here and you have a mistake like here, and believe it or not, nobody said anything. And I tested on multiple groups where I share my work once I'm done with the painting. So I shared it in multiple groups. Nobody ever said anything about painting not being clean enough. I mean, paint job not being clean enough or something like that. People noticed only things if you want them to notice some of those things. So yeah, that's why I'm not really bothered if I make a mistake here and there. You just make sure it's not like super big mistake and you will be fine. Okay, so I really don't want to mess up what I've done so far, so I'm going to switch to a little bit smaller brush. And my brushes, I noticed lately that my brushes are completely falling apart. I have been painting miniatures with the same brushes for almost I can say like 5 or 6 years, and I painted a lot with them, so they really did their part. So I guess it is time to invest in some new brushes. Oh, this is really touchy thing to go around this face of hers and not mess it up. So I'm really trying my best to not mess it up, but because of that you can't see what I'm doing, since I need to angle it like so that I can see what I'm doing. Sometimes it's hard to paint the miniatures and for you to see what I'm painting and for me to see what I'm painting, so I apologize, but it is just like it is. And her hair is done. This was a really quick job, and I like when job is done like that, like when you are bam 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 and you are done. So I think we are doing fine, and that we will have some spare time to paint some other stuff. Okay, next thing up is Basilicanum Gray. This is for her armor. We're going to paint it in a slightly grayish tone, and I'm thinking maybe using a bigger brush. No, yes, you know what, no, we're going to use this one. This is almost like this black one, but it is a little bit on a grayish side more than on a black. I mean, you could say it's like a really pale black tone, sort of. So yeah, looks pretty cool. These miniatures are really nicely done. I still can't believe that these are 3D printed. I mean, they definitely are, because I see the marks of 3D printing and everything, but these are just gorgeously looking miniatures. all these things here are also armor, so we need to paint these, and I think I went a little bit too much with the paint there, so we are going to scoop that up and just transfer it over here. So far, so good. Okay, looks nice. I think we are done with the metal, the gray part. And let's just remove the colors that we used. Okay, so next up is wildwood contrast, and we're going to use these for all these straps and brown parts of the miniature. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, so these things here. Now I wish this one would be a little bit brighter, but contrast colors are, there is no like a bright brown, which I'm super bummed about, because sometimes I really could use a brown that is not like really dark like this one. But maybe they will be adding some new colors one day, and maybe they do some like lighter version of the brown, which would be really awesome. I would really like that. But if it does not happen, well, so be it. I mean, these colors are really still great tool if you know how to use them to paint miniatures quickly and have some really nice decent details on them. These will, using only contrast, you will probably not win any like major prizes or anything, but they make the job done, and that is to play the game with painted miniatures and not with the black miniature, the gray or white miniatures. I mean, this looks way better on the table than just the gray miniature. So yeah, that's just philosophy I'm going for, and you can't stop me. Okay. Have to be really careful around here. I don't want to mess up the green parts that I already did. It would be a shame if I messed that up. No, I went a little bit too much with the brown on this lower belt just there at the start, so I need to quickly move and then just come back and scoop it up. I know that her skirt is also brown, but I'm thinking right now maybe do it black just to make it a little bit different, otherwise it would be like a big brown surface and it will look a little bit stupid, sort of stupid, not stupid, weird, because there is too much of one color at a place, and you still want the miniature to look good, but you know what I'm talking about. No, me neither. I'm just rambling around because when I'm silent, I'm thinking that you're probably boring yourself, and so I'm rambling inconsistently. I tried putting some music on for the silent parts, but then I get copy strike on my videos, and I really don't want to mess up with that because it's super annoying. So yeah, all these straps are done, and I don't know. Should I do it or should I not do it? Like, should I paint her skirt also with the brown? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do it because that's how it looks on the artwork, and I said that I'm sticking to the artwork mostly, like 99%. Of course, I cannot mimic some stuff one for one, but most of the stuff I can, and so I will. Which means she gets a brown skirt. Skirt. Okay, so this is almost a done miniature. Okay, so I need to wait it to dry off so I can repair the little mistakes that I did, because I definitely need to repair these before I can paint the base. And yeah, let's switch to another one while we wait. And this one is mostly brown, at least these, her armor and everything. So let's just quickly take a reference and see. Okay, got it. Okay, so this one should be pretty fast too, and we are going to have to come by and repair a few things once we are done with it, but that's fine. Because the efficiency is the motto of our painting tonight. We want to be done fast, but still looking good, of course, always. I mean, if you're going to sacrifice the good looking miniature in the expense of doing it like in 10 minutes, then don't do it, maybe, because that would look probably not good. Like, it would look terrible. Yeah, this was fast. I like it when you have like a big brush and no worries and you just go at it. You know what? I'm just going to go all over these guys and then repaint them white. It's much easier than trying to avoid them and paint around them. So even though I always try to not do that, like if something needs to be painted in different color, it should be left unpainted. Okay, I think I got most of these like big parts of the miniature. And wait, let me just check something. Okay, I can do the shoulder pads too. I think the brush is not that big and I can be precise enough to paint these shoulder pads. Sorry, I have to change the angle so you probably don't see a thing I'm doing, but I'm just painting brown colors. Okay. Yeah, that's most of the browns done. For the, most of the browns done that we can do with the big brush. Now we need to go with a smaller brush to some fine details, and then we are done with it. So yeah, if you have any more questions for me, please do let them be asked in the comments. So I don't know if Kotska is still here. Kotska, are you still here? I want to ask you a question, my friend. If you are here, of course. It's late here in Croatia, so you might be fairly asleep already. This one is very interesting, even though it does not have a lot of colors, but the ones it has and the model itself, it's really nicely done. It has some really nice subtle details. Really lovely model. Oh yeah, Kotska is here. So, my friend, have you, for anyone who is looking at this video or listening to it or whatever, me and Kotska go way back. So yeah, we both love playing unlock games really much. But the latest unlock game was announced, and it is set in Star Wars or something like that. And I am really disappointed by it. And I want to ask you, what do you think about it? Because I know you are like me. You will probably get it. You will probably play it. You can't help yourself, as I can't help myself when it comes to things like that. But what do you think about it? Do you like it? Do you think it will be something cool or something? Because I was really like, oh man, Star Wars, out of all the teams and everything, I don't know. It just felt weird to me. So we are going to repair a few things, few mistakes that we did on this one. And okay, so I'm just tidying up some tiny little mistakes that were made. I have to be very careful because the paint is not all dried yet, so I'm really risking of pulling it toward myself, which I don't want to do. I want to I just caught a little glimpse of it. See, behind here, just behind here, and I really didn't want to do that, but damn it, I caught it on, and now we need to repair it. Okay, so also what I have to repair is some of these mistakes here. I went fairly loosely with the skin paint. So we need to tidy up that part of the thing. You are not a fan of Star Wars? Never saw a movie. I mean, I myself am not like a huge fan of Star Wars, but I surely did grow up watching movies over and over again because that's what we had on our TV cassettes, which lots of younger population doesn't know anything about. Today everything is more available than it was when we were kids. And my mother just joined in. Hello, mother. Why are you not sleeping? Okay, so I think I managed to catch up all the mistakes that we did. This one over here also. I'm not gonna bother with it that much. It's not worth it. Okay, next step. This one should be all like grayish metal. I'm thinking her cape, maybe doing her cape black would look cool, but she has a black hair also, and this feather thingy over here. So yeah, not gonna do it black. Not sure which color will I do it, but definitely not black one. Okay, but I see that color is still drying on some of these parts, and I need to go over them with the white. So we'll just do a fairly rich amount of skeleton horde over the base to make it look more like a desertish color. So yeah, my mom is watching a really weird what it's called in English, when people gather in one house and they live there and eliminate one another type of show, and she's watching that and watching me in the same time. Very cool. Kotka says he's more of a Star Trek guy. Definitely, I'm definitely more of a Star Trek guy than the Star Wars, but still, I watched everything. Just recently, I binged watched the entire Next Generation, Star Trek seasons, everything. And it is funny when you are watching it now, way back later, and you remember it completely differently. I remember it being a completely different show than what I watched just now. It's super weird. So I need to be really fast with this paint job because as the paint dries, you start to move it left and right, and then it leaves some really weird streaks. But yeah, have you tried watching Next Generation or any Star Trek show of those older ones, like Voyager? Have you tried to watch them now and see how do you remember them? Because I mostly watched those when I was like in my 20s, early 20s, or sometimes that in that age. And now watching them, and I'm one of the rare people that really do like the Voyager. Voyager is for me the best Star Trek show. It's even better than Next Generation. I know I'm controversial. You are unsubscribing right this moment. But yeah, different people love different things. That's how it is. Okay, so this is done. I think this miniature, we could call it done. So yeah, let me see, is this drying up? Yeah, really nicely. We could quickly just go and do her base also, since we are already here. Why not? You haven't seen them in ages, Star Trek TV shows. Try and watch few episodes. If you do, let me know what you think, because I think you will be surprised how bad the acting is, how everything, you remember it way cooler than it looks. I mean, obviously the computer technology and CGI developed way more, but still there is shows that I know that have bad CGI but still look way better than these. Okay, I just quickly painted the base of this one just because I can, and let's just quickly close this up. Next thing, I'm definitely going to need to remind myself a little bit what things are what. Okay, got it. So everything is gray except this thing. This is black. Okay, very cool. So next thing is again Basilicanum gray for all the gray parts of this great miniature, and we are going to again use this big brush because this is fairly big surface to cover, and this will be the fastest way to do it and the easiest, because painting should be fun and not like super complicated job or anything like that. I don't care much that I go over these things, because after all it's going to be a black color, so it really doesn't matter. So I just do it as quickly as I can to not leave any painting marks or anything, brush strokes so to say. Even though they are inevitably visible, this is not like, this painting that I'm doing is not going to win you any competitions or anything. I'm doing this to show you that with just a little bit of effort you can really get a nicely decent painted miniature. These are definitely not the best jobs I ever did. I can do better, but at the same time I just want to paint some miniatures and have them painted for the gameplay, you know. Oh, messed up this one really bad. So yeah, I'm trying to move away the pools of paint that showed up, but it's not going to happen. Okay, so the belt also needs to go in a gray So we are just going to gray it up. Okay, like so. And now for my next trick, I'm going to switch to a smaller brush and do some parts with the smaller brush because it's way easier than with the big one. With the big one I would just mess it all up, so this way it's easier, it's quicker to do it. Yeah, dead air again. Next painting video that I'm going to do is going to be an awesome one. I think you're going to really love it because I am painting for charity. Oh yes. What charity and what I'm talking about you will be all hearing in that video. I mean, it's not like any big secret or anything, but we're going to talk about it when the time comes, because I'm not sure when I'm going to start with it. So I don't want to like promise anything and then bail you on the promises. Okay, before we continue, I'm going to do a little bit change up with the color on this one because I think it will look much cooler than the closely following the normal artwork. So I just need to again go with the ghost gray and repair few stuff like these things over here. I really need to bring them back so I can paint them a little bit like a yellowish color. I think it will look really nicely on here. And also these things, wait, I have too much paint on the brush, so these things over here, I messed up. Not that it's visible on a camera, but I went a little bit too much. I was really eager to put this on, so yeah, I'm gonna mess up on this one too and make it work. Yes, this will look absolutely gorgeous once I'm done with it. Okay, did you play Kotska Says? Did you play through the last one? Oh, the one that you sent me. I still have the last one to go through, but I must say, yeah, the Secret Agents is the last one that's left. But I must say that I'm not having fun. It's like, it's not good. It's not like, I don't know. I just kind of don't like it. It's not good. I thought it would be a way better than it is. So next up, Black Templar. Yeah, the first one with the monsters was okay, like with that monster movie or something. That one was okay. The one with the dragons is the second one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, with the temple and everything. Oh man, that one was so stupid. I really didn't enjoy that one. Some of the puzzles were, I don't know. I think I wouldn't. If my life was depending on it, I would not solve them. That's how stupid some puzzles were. There really was no logic in some of those puzzles, really. And I just noticed that most of the time when I'm painting these miniatures, I'm painting them off the camera. And yeah, people are basically just enjoying me chatting with you, and they can see a thing I did because it's not on the camera. I completely forgot that I'm filming this. I didn't stream in a long time these painting videos, so I need a little bit readjustment to things, you know, how they're done, to be more aware of the camera and that I'm filming, so I need to be aware what's shown, what's not. I stopped on a cape a little bit, managed to save it. Secret Agency is the best one. Movie is fine. Temple I didn't like. Yeah, Temple I really didn't like. Wife also thought it was like way complicated for no reason, with some so sort of stupid puzzles. I don't know. I mean, it's harsh to say that something is stupid. You know, somebody worked on it, and I don't want to diminish anybody's work, but those puzzles were not interesting at all, and they were really stretched, sort of, you know, like I don't know how somebody would think of that in that given moment. Some of those puzzles, I don't want to say anything, you know, in case somebody is going through it. I don't want to spoil stuff. Maybe someone else will have fun. I didn't. But the one before that, I think that one was really good. I didn't play much. I didn't play the good scenarios like those were in a long time. Unlock, I like Unlock. I like all the games, but all the boxes, but some of them are clearly not as good as the others. I'm trying to remember now what was my favorite, which one I enjoyed the most, but I'm really not sure. I think the first Squeak and the Sausage was one I really enjoyed, just because of the theme and that lovely little mouse. That was really cool one. I think it might be still my favorite one. The second one was okay, if I remember correctly. Okay, so the black is done on this one. I still don't know what type of cape I should paint for her. Not sure what type of cape she has in the artwork. Okay, next up is Agara's Dunes. I'm going to do some of these parts gold, even though they are not, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, the time travel one had some really interesting mechanics. That one I liked very much. And yeah, I know that Squeak is back for the third or fourth time now, if I'm not mistaken. And that's really cool because I hope the puzzle will be good. Okay, so this trim is usually gray on the miniature, but I thought it would be okay if I do it like in gold, and these things over here too. I think it looks cool. Okay, what color should her cape be? This one, I think this one has blue cape. This one is definitely more of a blue cape, and I think this one could have a red cape. It would look awesome on it. So Kotska, you tell me, should I paint this cape red just to make, because this miniature is all like brown, it's really not like popping out really or anything, so I'm thinking maybe of doing like some sort of brighter color to make it more stand out, like not more, like a little bit more. So I'm mixing the red. I'm going to do it a red one, and I hope it's a good decision because I'm not going back with it if it does not look good. Yeah, the first one. Yeah, the game has some really nice humor moments, most definitely. So yeah, we are doing the red cape. I didn't wait for your input. But still, thank you for confirming my ideas. See, there is a painter in you, you just don't know it. For anybody that does not know who's watching this video, which I presume is everybody, Kotska was once at my school of painting, sort of. It's not school of painting, but I did like, we had like convention called Olympus, and I did like a painting session where anybody who's interested in painting could try it out, and I would help them with like basic ideas of how to paint miniatures and everything. And Kotska did really good, even though he said that this is not for him, but I think there is a painter squealing somewhere inside him to let him out, and he doesn't want to. So if you want to leave, if you manage to be with me here thus far, some of you that are watching offline, that are not like right now live with me, or maybe if you're live with me, tell him in a chat that he needs to start more painting and to let loose of his inner painter. Let him free. If you love him, set him free. So yeah, oh, I like this red cape thing. I think it was a good decision. Not because I chose it, like, because it looks really good. It really pops out. It makes her look more like a 300, you know, these types of guys, more menacing, because it's really nice bright red color. So I'm just going to use smaller brush for this fine little details at the end. I don't want to mess it up. Yeah, there is a delay in a comment section and in a video and everything, and I'm really not sure why, because I set up everything to not have like these delays, but it still has delay. I'm really not sure why. And I know that there is a delay because I can see it in my streaming in OBS where I am right now, and when I see like what you are watching right now, you are few, like 30 seconds or some type of that you are behind. Maybe not 30 seconds, maybe just a few seconds, but still you are not live. And I did set up everything like to be instant, so I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not like mastering that type of streaming yet. I still have a lot to learn. Oh, we have a little bit of problem here. Some of this black is pulling with the red, but I think it will create a nice shadow, so I'm just going to leave it there. And yeah, we can call this one done. This one is complete. This is going pretty fast, I must say. And now onto this girl over here. Okay, so she has some red parts. Since we have some red open, let's see. Oh, okay, nothing much. Super easy. So yeah, just her sleeves. These sleeves over here are red, so this is going to be a fairly quick job with the red one. And I think since we have a good time, that I just might do some extra steps that are completely optional. I mean, this is not like instructional video, but this is sort of it is. I mean, like, you know, I'm trying to teach you a few things here and there. Maybe you get some ideas watching these videos. Who knows, you know. Oh man, I'm really messing up. Maybe it's time we finish this one up and just go to bed, because I'm trying to be like super clean with the paint job and I'm still hitting all the wrong places with this red one. So I don't know, maybe my body is telling me it's time to quit. Go to bed, man. You have to play with the kid in the morning. Since I'm currently on a vacation, and I'm spending my vacation painting miniatures live. And I'm talking really silently. That painting thing is never going to happen. No, man, you have a painter in you, just silently sitting there, judging, waiting, and you are refusing to do it. So yeah, I think you should definitely paint more, man. I just noticed I need a little bit of more of a flesh color, because I missed these parts of her hands, so we need to go over that. Quickly. Okay, so that is out of the way. So yeah, she has like armor all around her and some like around her cape. She got like a yellow streak going around the cape, but I don't think I'm able to do that without severely messing things up, so I'm not going to do it. I definitely am not going to do it. And yeah, okay, I'm just watching for the how the paint job looks. Okay, so next thing up, basilicanum gray for all the metal parts. Like she has like breastplate armor All this, I thought it was like a shirt or something, but all this is just a breastplate armor. So I'm going to take a big brush and just quickly go over it and try to mess up as little as possible of the other things and not let it pull in the wrong places. I think I took, oh my god, my brush is trying to escape. So yeah, oh man, this one pulled a lot here. Okay, so this is going to be a really tough job because this paint really wants to pull in the wrong places, and if you don't control it very well, you will get an awful looking miniature. Okay, just this thing over here, and that's the breastplate done. I like how it turned out. Turned out good. Okay, so I'm going to go over her hair, and her hair is like a brown color, so we are going to use same color for the straps and for her hair. It really doesn't matter. So we're going to use wildwood. As you can see, I'm trying to use as less paint as I can for each of these things, because if you maybe want to follow this paint scheme or something, you don't have to like, and you need to get some paints, you don't need to like get an insane amount of paints. You can paint these with like what, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 paints, 10 paints. 9 of them are contrast paints, and one is the white one, the ghost gray actually one, that we are using for repairing mistakes that we do along the way. So yeah, that's why her hair is brown color and her straps are the same brown color. I mean, things do look different in real life, like not everything is the same hue of brown or green or red, but if you do that on the miniature, it can get really messy really fast. You will get like a circus looking miniature with lots of different colors that just don't blend well with one another. So it's totally okay to use same color for a few completely different things. At least that's what I learned from painting. That's what I got. I have a friend who will completely say that, I'm completely talking nonsense and that it is not the way to paint the miniatures, but that's what he thinks and he has his own opinions. So yeah, and once he starts creating videos, I will battle him on that. I mean, he'll probably never do that. He's not that type of person, but it would be cool to like have a paint off with him. He will paint in his own policy where everything needs to be different colors, and I would paint with my policy where I would use as less colors as I possibly can, and then people can judge us on who painted better or something like that. I'm watching at this one, and I'm going to do also a little bit of different paint scheme. See this thing that she has around her forehead, it is like black with the gray in the middle, but I feel it should be like a gold with I don't know, maybe red, or I don't know what color this like thing at the forehead should be. Maybe green, I don't know. So I'm definitely going to paint that in my own way, even though I said I'm going to stick to the paint scheme that is on the cards. I just feel that some things should be a little bit different. Because if I paint that black, I think it would look like a little bit monotone. Okay, her hair is done, and now just for these things over here, okay, that one was fast. Oh man. Kotska, I'm sorry I didn't see. You said you need to run. Please, man, do go to sleep. Have a good night's sleep. I will be going to sleep soon also, because I don't think I want to do extra details on this one. Maybe in the next video, maybe tomorrow night, I do a follow-up video where I do all the other things. But for now, I think I'm just going to also be finished with this one and go to bed, because it's really late. So agar dunes for all the gold parts. So first of all, we're going to do this thing on her forehead, because I think that should be gold. Like, it's a crown of sorts, so you know, crowns are usually made out of gold. You have to be very careful, because there is some paint that is not dried yet, this dark brown, and it could mess up this crown, you know, like go over it. And I think I dodged it really nicely. Yeah, it looks way better gold than it would if it was black, at least in my opinion. Okay, next thing is, what are we going to do next? Oh yeah, this bottom part also needs to be painted gold. Her belt, her entire belt is like one big gold chunk, so we are going to use like big brush and be done with it in a matter of, I could almost say seconds, but I don't want to, because who knows, something may go wrong and then we have to redo things, you know, and then it's not seconds anymore, and then I lied and you sue me for everything I have, and I don't have much, so please don't sue me. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna just douse this in paint, because I want all these inner parts to be like dark. Oh, not this thing over here. I don't want that to be dark. Oh. I think that one went well. Looking really cool. There is some few little details that I completely skipped, but that's what happens when you're trying to do things like super fast. For example, this thing here, and also these things over here need to be gold, even though I could make them maybe like one gold, one silver to make it more visually interesting, but I think this will work really nice. Oh, this medallion here, this is really, I'm missing things left and right, and they're in front of my nose, which means that I am probably very sleepy. Yeah, so we are just going to do tonight, we're just going to do like a base paint job, and then I'm going to try and maybe tomorrow do a follow-up video. I can like promise, but maybe in a few days I can do it. If you see this video called part 1, that means there is a part 2, but if you don't see a part 1 in the name of this video, that means that I never did a follow-up because I don't know, maybe things just got in the way or something, you know. So I'm just gonna use the white to repair a little bit of this yellow, even though it's going to be a similar type of yellow, but still. Okay, now for the cape. Oh man, I missed the metal part here. See, again with the Basilicanum gray, because we need to go over the part we missed, and that's right above her, like this shoulder thing here, this thing over here. This should definitely be gray and not, I don't know, any other color. And while we are here, did I miss anything like these things over here? Okay, we repaired that. Now we go with this lovely color called Thalasar blue. I really like painting blue. Blue is definitely my favorite color to paint, and we are going to paint the cape blue, and you will see it is a very vibrant blue color. It almost screams at you how blue it is. Check it out once I start. Oh man, it just looks gorgeous, isn't it? Like beautiful light blue color. So once we are done with this cape, I think just the base, like this like a what's the word? Oh my god, my English is failing me. I'm just losing words. I want to say stuff that I don't know how to pronounce. But yeah, once we are done with this cape, once we are done with the base of this miniature. We are going to call it off, so you know. I'm trying to do as much as I can with the big brush because it's the job done way faster. And let's just try and be neat around this part because I think I can do the whole cape with just one brush, this big one. Okay, I think her cape is done and it looks gorgeously blue. It looks way better live than on a camera, just so you know. Okay, what color should her gem be on her forehead? I'm thinking maybe pulling out another yellow, but I want to keep these at minimum, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna paint it red. I was thinking maybe doing it green, but then it would be like all kinds of different colors on this model, and I want to really keep it to a minimum, so we are doing a red gem on her forehead. Okay. And it's done. I think it looks good. Yeah, they all look like they're sleeping because I didn't paint their eyes. Yeah, very weird. Very weird. So I don't know if I'm going to paint their eyes, but there is one more thing left to be done and we can call it a night, and that is using skeleton horde to finish up the base of this miniature in a fashion like we did with all the others. Okay, so we are just going to quickly go and paint all around the rim and call it a night. And I want to thank you all who joined, no matter how many of you join, 110, no matter the number. I really love you all very much because you make me company, and if you are watching this after we are not alive anymore, definitely think about joining us next time. If you have any questions, ask them, either if you catch me live or at the bottom of this video about painting, about anything. I would gladly help you out if I can with some like words of wisdom. Okay, and that is done. We are done. Oh my god. And it only took us what? Let me check it out. 1 hour 44 minutes. I was thinking that we are going to do this in 1 hour. I was definitely sure that I would be able to do it in an hour, but it is just not possible. I think my mother is trying to use emoticons to say good night, goodbye, something like that, I believe. So yeah, These are miniatures completely painted, and I think it's a job well done. I think they look good. My OCD is firing on all sides because I don't have the fourth one, but if I had it, that would mean that we would need like another half an hour to paint it. But yeah, I mean, you can actually call these completely done if you want to, but I'm really eager to do a follow-up video. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. I'm talking right now that I want to, but who knows if I will. Maybe give some extra color to them, maybe try to paint the eyes or something. Oh, Harry is just here. Yeah, Harry, you are at the very end, my friend. We are done. I mean, I'm thinking about doing a follow-up video where I would do some extra details on all the parts, all the helmets, all the golds and everything, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it, so I don't want to promise anything. But yeah, so far I think we can call this one done. And let's do like a little bit of a show and just show you each one of them in 360 so you see how they look at the very end. So we have this one, and then we have this one over here. Of course the cape is still drying out. The cape still needs to dry out to take the full look. And then we have this one over here, and if you ask me, I like this one the best. This one looks with this brown and these gray colors, it looks really cool, like really fight, battle worn, I don't know, but these look really cool. How they look on a board, well, I believe they will look good because the board itself looks absolutely gorgeous, my friend. It looks, the colors of these Rise of the Amazons board game, whoever did the artwork, I can't pronounce the guy's name. I know the guy, I mean, I don't know personally, I read who did the artwork, but I can't pronounce that name. So if I'm not mistaken, right, it is Tony, it's Tony. The other thing I don't want to even try to pronounce, but he did stellar artwork on this game, really stellar artwork. That's why I'm thinking of maybe doing some more colors on this one to make them more pop out, but I'm really not sure if I'm going to do it. You are more than satisfied. Yeah, thank you, my friend. Thank you for sending me these. I really like doing some painting videos. This is a different thing to do for a Kickstarter. You know, like usually Kickstarters are preview videos, stuff like that, but I had a opportunity in the past to do some of the painting videos for Kickstarters, and I really enjoy doing those. Yeah, you can write the name Tony, and you can write that other surname, and I cannot say that for the love of me. I could try pronounce it. I could try and say it is pronounced. Wait. Tsanokakis. That's how I would pronounce it. Tsanokakis. 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 This was your best prototype. Well, I must say that these miniatures, I know at first I wasn't sure if they were 3D printed, but there is this shoulder pad that gave it away. You can even see like a little bit of lines. Wait, I have all the brushes in my hand. Like you can see a little bit of lines over here, just around this part over here. So I can see that, and oh, of course, in her neck, around her neck, you can see some lines. So I know these are like 3D printed, but 3D printing went very far. Very far. I am completely stunned how 3D printed models look now, because just like a year ago you would not be able, I mean, to achieve things like this. So yeah, They the smoothness of these, like her breastplate, the smoothness of it is just absolutely stunning. How can this be 3D printed and not like mold injection or some type of things like that? Oh, they were molded, but they were molded after a 3D print or something. So these are molds after all, not a 3D print. Because some of the parts really look like they are 3D printed models. Like their necks and stuff like that, they have like these little tiny transitions, like they look. I can't zoom up on the camera that much. Maybe I can even try. No, I can't zoom it up. It really doesn't show on a camera, but when you look at it with a naked eye, you can see like a lines. But still, these look absolutely gorgeous. If this type of quality is going to be in a board game itself, it is absolutely awesome. The details are so sharp that they just look gorgeous. So yeah, our manufacturer prepared them for us. Yeah, I mean, of course, but I don't know, they just look good. Even though all of them look like they're sleeping because I didn't paint the eyes. I just can't paint the eyes. I really don't want to ruin the models with the bad eyes. They would look like, I don't know, like I don't know what. So yeah, I'm gonna finish it for tonight. I'm streaming for almost 2 hours. It's half hour past midnight, and I am done for today. It was a really long day for me. So I plan on doing a follow-up, maybe few touch-up on these miniatures, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. So please don't keep me by my words. I will try my best, but I won't promise anything. So yeah, thank you all for watching, either live with me. Thank you, Harry Kotska, for my mother, for being with me. And if you're watching this afterward, do leave a comment below if there is no part 2, if you want to see a part 2 of this video, maybe, where I go with a little more details on few things just to make them pop a little bit more. So yeah. Yeah, man. And you have little kids like me, so please go to sleep, man. You know, yeah, it's 1:38 in the morning, and you should definitely go to sleep, because you know he will, or she, I don't know if you have a boy or a girl, but you know it will be woke up in, it will woke you up like in 5 in the morning, 6 maybe, and you will be like a zombie. So thank you, still thank you for spending time with me. I appreciate it very much. I know that sometimes sleep is more valuable than anything, but yeah. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to end stream here. Thank you all for being with me tonight, and until next time, pozdrav.